of that individual. And I make sure they understand why we're celebrating that individual who laid down their life for them, for me, and for us. And this morning, we chose Alan McPeak, Specialist, United States Army, from Tucson, Arizona. He died in 2007 in Ramadi, Iraq. And the reason that I chose him this morning is because I was the last man to put my hands on that young man. I was in Ramadi at that time, and I just happened to be standing in a spot when a convoy pulled up. And when the turret gunner looked down at me, he said, "There's a man in the back seat." I opened up the back seat. There was nothing there. Nothing but a pile of gear. I looked back at the turret gunner and I said, "Where's he at?" He's like, "He's sitting in that seat." Well, I picked my head back into the Humvee because it was full of smoke and you could smell the blood and the burnt flesh. And there were no legs in the seat. And I started peeling back the equipment that had been piled in that seat, and there he was. Alan McPeak, 20 years old. And every day, I see that young man's face because he was looking directly at me. And as I retired out of the military and I went forward in my life, I thank that young man for giving his life for me and all of us. So do me this favor. This is what I do. I come to celebrate the life of that individual and everybody else that went forward and gave their lives. But when I walk out of here, I'm going home. I'm not watching TV. I'm not getting caught up in all the nonsense. I'm going to have a great time with my family. Because the Gold Star families in here are probably going to the cemetery. I would probably bet dollars to pesos that's what's happening. So I ask you to do this. When we leave here today, you look around at where we live. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's upset. Not today. You're not allowed to be that way today because there are those that aren't here to share that with us. So every Memorial Day, that's what I do. I turn it off. I celebrate those men and women like I knew them as they were my brother and sister. And then tomorrow we put our hat back on and we go forward and we do great things. So ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be up here to speak to you. I'm going to cut it short because the Brigadier General went long as per usual. But you think he wouldn't do because he's wearing that wool suit, but God bless you, General. Thank you for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go back to the bad place up north this afternoon, but just know this. We are a blessed country. We are a blessed county. We produce the finest men and women, servicemen and women the world has ever known right here in this county. So I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Luttrell. Thank you. I'm honored to introduce to you City of Conroe Councilman Harry Hardman, who will be reading the American Creed, written in 1917, accepted by the United States House of Representatives on April 3rd, 1918.
Thank you, Patrick. Today it is my privilege to recite the American Creed. The American Creed was written by William Tyler Page in 1917 as a winning essay in a nationwide contest for the writing of a national creed. The goal was to achieve the briefest possible summary of American political faith, founded upon fundamentals most distinctive in American history and tradition, something to reunite a troubled country. Our nation faces many of the same challenges and troubles today as it did in 1918, and the words of this creed resonate even more powerfully if we take the time to listen and embrace them. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Creed. I believe in the United States of America as a government of the people, by the people, for the people, whose just powers are derived from the consent of the governed, a democracy in a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states, a perfect union, one and inseparable, established upon those principles of freedom, equity, justice, and humanity for which American patriots sacrificed their lives and fortunes. I therefore believe it is my duty to my country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, to respect its flag, and to defend it against all enemies.
Respect
William
that
Tyler
flag.
Page.
Respect the flag. No blue line through it.
Thank you, Councilman Hardman. We will now be reading the names of those brave men and women from Montgomery County who have died in the defense of freedom. Judge Kathleen Hamilton will begin and be preceded by Commissioner Precinct 2, Charlie Riley, Commissioner Precinct 1, Robert Walker, and City of Conroe, Nancy McKeska. If you four could please stand and prepare to read the names. And I ask all of you to please hold your applause to the end. First speaking will be Judge Kathleen Hamilton.
John C. Goodrich, Albert Calvin Grimes, Tapley Holland, Jonathan Lindley, Carl John Beeler, William R. Bradford, James Gordon Britton, Charlie Pugh Cheshire, John Ila Harmon, Earl P. Hicks, Lee McCowan, Lester R. McDaniel, Raymond Orsword, Hobart W. Pearson, Clarence L. Perry, Early Alford Perry, Horace Enos Rowald, Benjamin Franklin Shelton, Floyd G. Sullivan, Edward M. Walker, Napoleon B. Walters, John Henry Welch, Benjamin G. Williamson, Patrick Henry Winslow, Paul Young, Charlie Adams, William L. Adams, Jimmy D. Alexander, Gwen Leroy Anderson, James B. Asby, Ursel Wayne Barber, Uriah H. Barnaby, William Willie Calvin Barnes, Wesley Boyne Bay, Floyd P. Bilnowski, Douglas Binford, Clinton E. Blair, Carrie E. Bratcher, Walter F. Brodigan, Theodore H. Breland, Sam T. Brown, Wade Travis Brunson, Alton C. Burton, Floyd Butler.
Alton Cade, Boyd Cagle, R.D. Kane, Edward D. Kane, Eddie James Carroll, J.C. Schultz, Robert L. Coleman, Merle C. Dean, Leo M. Deal, Chester Virgil Dry, Cleburne J. Ellis, George H. Fee, Frank K. Finley, Lewis Ray Finley, Jack Burton Flynn, Harold Gilbert, Charlie M. Glover, Lewis William Golden, Frank James Goodson,
William Edward Goodson, Earl Edward Graham, Kimball Elwood Graham, Truman Gray, Jack Hall, Robert Bruce Ham, Henry Joe Harris, James A. Harvey, Barley E. Hill, Richard Campbell Hines, Lonzo W. Hallbrook, Ted J. Hallbrook, Homer A. Gent, Homer L. Kelly, Gwen Hubert Kidd, James Claude Lane, Claude Lewis Madeley, Victor A. Marquardt, Ed Maywall, Eugene C. McCurdy, Ralph Marcus McLaughlin, Wilburn D. McKay, Martin P. Moak, John Nathan Murray, Weldon Hester Napier.
Good morning, Montgomery County. I am very proud to be here this morning to read the names of the fallen heroes. Charles Benjamin Nichols Jr., World War II. Leslie Alfred Patton, World War II. Julian Leroy Pitts Jr., World War II. Edward Eugene Price Jr., World War II. Hiram Alden Putman, World War II. J.C. Reeves, World War II. John H. Reynolds, World War II. James B. Roberts, World War II. Ethan Rhymes, World War II. Emmett Bettersell Jr., World War II. Clement B. Scarborough, World War II. John Calvin Scott, World War II. Leldon Sheed, World War II. John A. Singleton, World War II. Connie L. Smith, World War II. Florian A. Snow, World War II. Louis Soleil, World War II. Melvin J. Solomon, World War II. Jackie J. Stone Cipher, World War II. Marvin Earl Stowe, World War II. Elton McCaleb Strong Jr., World War II. Lorenzo Thomas, World War II. Alexander N. Torres, World War II. Leonard Treese, World War II. Reuben Lee Vaughn, World War II. Jake Wagner, World War II. Billy O. Walker, World War II. Edward E. Warren, World War II. Henry W. Waters, World War II. Graham Young Webb, World War II. Jess Allen Welch, World War II. George H. Williams, World War II. Willie Williams, World War II. Howard Gene Williams, World War II. Kenneth C. Wood, World War II. Charlie F. Baylor, Korea. Henry Chazen, Korea. Albert Davis, Korea. Joe Harold James, Korea. Wilbert Guy Morse, Korea. Frank A. Neal, Korea. Edwin E. Pearson, Korea. Jesse Lewis Smith, Korea. And William Westmoreland, Korea.
Now, Nancy McKeska.
Clifton Adair Baldwin, Joe Michael Copeland, Douglas Gary Ellers, Thomas H. Frazier, James Arnold Guilford, Olin Cecil Golden, James Richard Hardin, Ronald Allred Wheelman, John William Hawley, Benny Odell Johnson, Johnny Carl Lawson Jr., Donald Wayne Lowe, Eddie Lee Miller, Johnny Munoz, Bernice Joseph Novisky, George William Rushing, J. B. Spearman, James Edward Tucker Jr., Clark Kimball Vickery, Floyd Dean Weber, Norman Jean Welch, Harold James Westlake Jr., Lloyd Neal Whaley, David Brown, James Clarence Murray Jr., Hobie Frank Bradfield Jr., Jason Logan Brown, Gary Lamar Collins, James Curtis Coombs, Ryan Patrick Green, Rowdy J. Inman, Corey Christian Costers, Robert Alexander Martinez, Reyes Ramirez Castro, Brandon William Smitherman, John R. Stalvey, William Madden Edmonds Jr., Zachary Ryan Inslee, Kyle N. Holder, Joseph Daniel Logan, Jeremy Keaton Roebuck Walker, Armando Hernandez, and Joey Martins Lenz.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Please be patient with me. I'm super nervous and not a public speaker. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ana Hernandez. I am a proud mother of 2 United States Marines, Captain Carlos Hernandez and Lance Corporal Armando Hernandez. In the military world, I am known as a Blue